Hello. Hello. This is Brainy's crystal ball mailbox. Brainy cannot come to the ball right now because he is in a hot tub with two large Asian pumas. But he will get right back to you. Just please leave your message after the tone. Brainy is slowly coming out of the whatever the hell that thing just was, and he will momentarily be with you right after this delightful little animated title card. Hello, 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 cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans, and every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another episode of Brainy the RPG Cat. Tonight, we're going to be playing a brand new game, something that I was able to find as a result of Steam's very recent board game sale. This is an interesting early access Steam game entitled Turnbound, and this is something that combines, you guessed it, roguelike elements with a little bit of tile-based board game play. So we're gonna go ahead. We're going to check this out. We're going to be playing this for the absolute first time, so this is actually one of my favorite types of streams. This is the yay! I get to learn how to play a new board game stream, and so yeah, I really like that. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. But first, don't forget is that we recently released our very first official tabletop RPG manual, The Barrons Wasteland, in the D12 dual system. And we have that over at my Ko-fi page. That's kofi.com/brainytherpgcat/shop. I was able to read that pretty well. All right. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's go ahead and let's light this candle. We are playing some Turnbound. The board decides who plays whom. Welcome, my furless friend. I think you're going to need some glasses there, pal. No need to be shy. I can already tell you've sensed the rewards that await. Every wish you desire can come true if you win this game. A game so easy, even a cat can play it. Well, I certainly hope so. If you select tiles and place them on your board, and the board does the rest. Alright. Play just one game. Alright. First, you must body and hero before you can go into battle. My whiskers tell me your soul is fierce and strong. I have the perfect hero for you to start with. And it's Sun Wukong. I mean, you couldn't pick out a hero that is any older than Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Alright, let's give that a try. And now my soul is trapped in the tile. Like you do when you play any board game. Everything starts with a shop phase where you can buy tiles to have on your board. Purchase a tile by dragging and dropping it over to your board from the storage area. Rotate tiles using directional areas or the mouse wheel or mouse click. Okay. So, I think, yeah. Drag this over here. Takes up 2 spaces. That is probably... Yeah, battle gives adjacent attack tiles 2 health. And then a Fury Gas tile, when this is destroyed, the adjacent attack tiles give 2 powers. We'll put that over there because maybe the other side of the board is about to become slightly more interesting. Let's take a glance over here at the side, make sure I'm not really blocking anything with my interface. Let's go ahead and let's give this a first battle. The goal of the battle is to destroy the opponent's hero title. Oh, and this character is named Whiskers, by the way. I just learned that. The starting player is chosen by a coin flip. To ensure fair gameplay, attack tiles are introduced in sequential order. The suspended attack tiles are clearly marked with a dedicated icon. Just walk over there, stomp the gun. So there's a little bit of auto-battling mechanic going on here. Your first victory. Achieve 10 victories in order to win the run. Alright. Some tiles apply their effect to tiles adjacent to them or benefit from having tiles around them. Carefully place these to get the most out of them. Tiles can also carry keywords such as exclamation point taunt, which forces the opponent's attack tiles to hit this item first. So that's a little bit like, gosh, it's been so long. I can't even remember that. So let's see. Hearthstone. Yeah, Hearthstone used to use taunt tiles in exactly that way. Let's see. So yeah, we're free to move tiles on the board in preparation. Shield. You can expand your board space by buying extra grid space. A grid costs 1 coin to unlock. So yeah, you can just go like that and buy new sections of the tile. Well, I bought more tiles, but unfortunately, I have to leave everything on the shelf because I spent all my money on tiles. So I'm playing as Sun Wukong, and then the other playable character is Alice, as in Alice from Wonderland. Griffin Moore says, I'm enjoying your new aesthetic. Yeah. Oh, everybody check out Griffin Moore. Is that, more so, this is an individual who actually taught me an awful lot about VTubing back in the day. And he's right now he's in the middle of working on a major gaming project, and so his stream is really full of a lot of interesting material when it comes to working with modeling in Blender. So it's definitely worth checking out. And let me do the formal shout out too, because that's something that has happened recently.
I like to help. Shut the fuck up.
Well, something went a little bit wrong with that particular beta test, but absolutely check out Griffin Moore. He is a master hand when it comes to putting together this kind of material. Targets are chosen at random, but the game avoids hitting the same one twice in a row. Tiles with taunt are targeted first. Yeah, alright. So far so good. Well, they get to go first because they got Tails. Tails has got a nice festive cat butthole on it. So, what this game is showing me is that it is mostly made up of auto-battling. You have to set up your board in advance, and then a great deal of turns are going to go by automatically. You can merge tiles by dragging one identical tile on top of another. That levels up the tile, making it twice as powerful, and in some cases, even unlocking additional effects. Merging two level 1 tiles into a level 2 costs coins. Merge them to the powerful maximum level 3. In both cases, you'll receive a free tile. So I freed up this space on the board so that I can get this tablet here. Enemy attack tiles will target tiles with taunt first. If multiple tiles have taunt, a target is shown randomly among them. So basically, the next time I do go into battle, this is going to be stomped into powder before I get any opportunity in order to attack my main character. So let's see what else we have here. Peach of Immortality. Fury Gas Vial. Is it possible for me to get rid of things? Well, if I get rid of things, I think I have to sell them. I don't have to, you know. I mean, it would always be great in order to keep everything that I want on the board. And also, this one is on sale. This one is Phoenix Pills. When an adjacent tile is destroyed, revive it with 10% health. That actually might be useful. I might want to put it on this pistol right here. And, well, let's see. I have enough for one more peach. Or one more... Well, maybe I should do this. So let me rearrange a little bit. Say, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to add the power up just yet, but let me just clear up this area that's on the bottom, and then we go into the next battle. Who is somebody else who's playing Sun Wukong. I get to go first. All the health gets populated. I blast a gun. All of his munitions go after my shield. Just as planned. Unfortunately, I think my shield was destroyed, is that if I did have enough currency in order to put the healing device next to the shield, well then that probably would have lasted a little bit longer. And that's how that's supposed to work. In rounds 4, 6, and 8, you'll be able to choose trinkets, which offer powerful passive effects that will boost your tiles and provide additional tiles. Okay. Let's see. So this is basically your stage-by-stage build-up that you tend to have in any type of roguelike. Let's see. Weapons gain 24 more power. Unyielding Assault gives your first attacking tile plus 5 power and revives it once with 1 health. Okay, that actually sounds pretty good. And, well, let's see. In rounds 4, 6, and 8, then you can get additional trinkets. Okay. So, for now, I'm only allowed to equip the 1, but then if I survive further rounds, then I could be able to put trinkets in the other 2 slots. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. Recurring Shiv, once per battle, revive with 3 health. Once per battle. Unfortunately, yeah, I didn't get the, Okay, so let's see. So 6, all of these are actually pretty expensive. Golden Rope applies taunt and minus 3 power to attack tiles that hit it. Well, that is that the opponent actually gets, minus 3 power to attack. Okay, so this makes enemies weaker. So, and it applies taunt, so that's actually pretty useful. And then I still have 4 left for the ammo dispenser. When an adjacent attack tile with ammo attacks, give it 5 ammo. So, yeah, I've been somewhat limited in only being able to fire 2 shots at this point. So, all my coin be spent. So, time to go into battle. Here's somebody playing Robin Hood. They get to go first. I don't personally remember Sun Wukong being this battle happy, but... So tiles also come back at the end of rounds, even if they've been defeated. That was a bit of a close one. Robin Hood was able to erode my defenses enough that he was able to get a hit on Sun Wukong, so that is something that I have to watch out for. You can re-roll a shop to get new offers, but each re-roll comes with a price. Is that shiny bell on the end of the bottom left? I can't comprehend how you haven't pressed it yet or thrown it off the table. Because I'm still in the tutorial, Whiskers, you know? Give a cat a little credit. Alright. So let's see, what can we do here? I don't necessarily think that this is as bad as my tutorial master is telling me. Let's get rid of a couple of coins here. And then let's see if we can stick something else here. When an adjacent attack tile attacks an attack tile, it will apply confusion to its target. Okay, so confusion, only attack tiles can be confused. While confused, they attack random tiles, but never other attack tiles. The number shows how many turns the effects last. Yeah, and consumable tiles spend a use to trigger their attacks. If no use is available, then they do not trigger. 7-star sword does a chain attack. You know, I could use some more things with defense, and I can use some more things with taunt, but, you know, this is Sun Wukong, you know. This is probably the character that is actually built to be the most offensive character. I have to go for the gusto. Okay, let's go. Let's equip that extra shield, and you would be better in this main crowd. And then let's do round 5 battle against Clover, who is also using Sun Wukong. I get to go first. Got a few big mean hammers here, and they're all immediately eating through all of my shields. Ow. We should live so long. He's immediately going after the chief. Nope. I have been defeated, alas and alack. Okay, this could use a little extra help, but fortunately for me, I do get an opportunity in order to populate based on new trinkets. Any tiles are destroyed, give adjacent tiles 5 health. Or poison damage, poison tiles take poison damage after you return until poison is removed or until the tile is destroyed. Okay, well, if I'm allowed to... No, actually, you know, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go with defense because I think it's what I very sorely need right now. Okay, I'm starting to see tiles that are 3 or 4 spaces long. You know, definitely something that is going to show up later in any game. Let's clear this 4 right here. You know, we'll have enough in order to get a recycle buddy later. But then... Yeah, well, at any rate, I opened up more of my... Oh, well, okay, we're back in tutorial, and Whiskers is about to teach me something. There's one thing I need to teach you myself. Okay. You completely and totally decimated me? Was that the lesson? You've lost this battle, and with it you have lost 1 echo, but you start with 5 echoes, only when all 5 losses are run over for you. Yeah, that's the end of the roguelike, once you lose all 5 of your health points. Hide the pop-up to see the state of the boards when the battle is ended. Okay. Good advice, good advice. Alright. Time to upgrade your hero. Buy the upgrade, then drag it onto the hero tile. Let's go ahead and let's stick this up, a bad boy up here. Drag it onto your hero tile to give it an upgrade. Okay. That's how that was actually used. Choose an ability out of thin air, create a copy that can be used to create a level 1 copy of a tile that you own. Open up 2 more spaces. Can't afford that anymore. But yeah, let's put these 2 upgradables right here. If I sell this, it'll be for 3 tiles, so I won't be able to buy anything new. Doing battle with Pumpkin, level 1, who is playing Alice. Okay, well, suddenly that 4th battle was not as difficult as it was the previous time. But of course, we're still playing the tutorial, so maybe that was the plan for that all along. Adrenaline Rush. Battle start effects trigger an additional time. Double it. Doubles number of thorns. I don't have thorn tiles yet. Extra hand allows me to equip an additional weapon. Alright. So we have some pretty lengthy tiles. We also have L-shaped tiles at this point. Let's see if there's things that I want to believe to be obsolete. So I can rearrange them and then put tiles in different areas. Okay, Healing Drought. When this adjacent tile is damaged, give that 4 health. Put that onto my shield. Maybe that'll make my shield last a little bit longer. Rope. Unfortunately, yeah, at this point, there aren't any tiles that are 1 wide. And I don't have any more coins anyway. Spend the last 2 on board spaces. I am armed to the teeth and fighting somebody else who's playing Robin Hood. Wow, this is really great, is that I've been able to do health boosts on Sun Wukong all the way up to 23 health. So he's going to last a hearty long time. Never mind all that additional time that he's going to have to destroy my shields. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Alright. 4 more battles to go. Get 1 more of these Mirage Gourd casks here for my alternate weapon. See, do I have enough to put more ammo onto this? And that is all my coins already. Do battle against Pebbles, who is also playing Sun Wukong. I think there are like 3 characters in the early access version of this game. Somebody has created a halfway decent combo meal for themselves. Truly, the way in order to win this battle is being able to afford the most stuff. So, what I'm deploying as far as strategic tactics is mostly, my ability to thriftily spend and put good material on my board. I'm getting a little tar healed, but I have way more HP than my opponent at this point. So I think I might be able to stay alive. Even though I think Wukong is my current lone attack piece at this point. I think he had something that allowed himself to resurrect with 1 HP towards the end there. The final hero upgrade is available. This time you're able to choose 1 out of 3 mighty battle abilities for your hero. These abilities need to be changed up during the battle. You can view any hero's ability at the top of the board. Alright. So, level 3, Sun Wukong. Ultimate is get the ability to have an ultimate ability. Like a dragon, when he's destroyed 3 tiles, he transforms into a dragon, dealing 1 damage to all tiles. The dragon deals 20 damage to its target, and damage to all adjacent tiles. Alright. So, let's see. There's not an awful lot left in order to buy. We're only 2 matches away from the end of the tutorial. Phantom Mask, another taunt item. When it's damaged, gain +1 charged. When it's damaged, apply 3 confusion to the attacking tile. Lucky Clover, when losing the coin flip, this will gain taunt. Okay, that's interesting. And then Stonk, sell value increases by 1 every battle that is placed on the board. Well, I mean, that's just something that you have to keep buried in a corner, and after a while you can sell it for a lot of additional coins. I don't think I have tiles to unlock anymore, so I just get to hold on to that 1 last coin. Okay, so I have a Clover that gained taunt as a result of me losing the coin toss. Okay, so I have like 3 or 4 shields on the board right now, and they're just kind of randomly eating through them. 2 or 3 of them only have 1 HP. Alice was packing 1 serious ranged weapon against me, but unfortunately it got taken out really quickly in the grand scheme of things. Wasn't that fast? Now you're only 1 battle away from winning the run. So once again, yeah, no need in order to spend money on board space because I have it all. So having, let me see, I have one battleship on the field, I believe. Perhaps not. Genesis Stone gives adjacent tiles 2 health. So put it between this 3 and 4 right here. And then I can increase 2 health for each of them. Snake Eye. Well, Snecko Eye. That's what it's called. Snecko Eye. Apply confusion to all weapons on your board. If this tile's on your board, receive 1 copy. Harbinger Toy. Battlestar gives taunt to adjacent tiles with destroyed effects. That one's interesting. Because then a lot of things that are already destroyed on the board will gain taunt around it. I'm going to try that one. I'm going to sell this for 3. And then I'm going to, you put it next to my shield and my exhaustibles. And I just have one more space, so why not? Let's put the shiv in my very last battle, in my very last available space on the board. So, yeah, this has been pretty fun so far. You know, I'm not usually one for auto battlers, but, you know, there is something that, you know, definitely tickles me here, and it's the ability in order to put tiles next to adjacent tiles in order to increase their effectiveness. And of course, we're at the end of this, but that only actually means that we are at the end of this tutorial. And I have to see what further computer battles look like, or even the distinct possibility that I might be able to go online against some people. Okay, he rezzed for 3. Which is only going to help him until I can actually penetrate his defense again, and there you go. Congratulations on completing your first run. From now on, your opponents will be other traveling souls. This cat is leading me on in a way that may surely lead to some form of disaster. And this is not the only good news. You've also gathered enough essence to advance to the next chapter. Oh, you want to leave now? As I said before, first we need to beat the board. I say 1 victory would be enough. Oops, my bad. That was only the warm-up. Alright, so I think, yeah, we continue in Endless until we're destroyed. That's probably what they're indicating to me, but at least that's what I'm going to tell myself. So let's see, what kind of upgrades would I want to use here? Add +5 power when an adjacent attack tile is damaged. Oh, you know, that's actually probably a pretty good one. Sell that for 3. I'm going to put that one in its place. And so if any of these attacks on the side go down, then it will go up to 5 in power. Like one of the adjacent tiles. And one of the adjacent tiles happens to be Sun Wukong. So that might potentially happen to him as well. Healing Drought is really useful. I do have a bunch of these. But that's really the fact, is that if you have more than one tile, then the tiles get upgraded across from each other. Let's see what else is here. When an adjacent tile is damaged, give adjacent attack tiles +2 health. Applies taunt and 3 power to attack. Well, yeah, I have to be careful because there's a lot of things I could potentially throw out. But if I do, it means that I'm going to lose some of my tiles with taunt, which means there's fewer things that can stand up in my defense. I have the utmost confidence that my completely full board is going to kick the sluggy butt of the CPU opponent that lieth before me. Take that, and that. And this one's for your old cat man. Okay, he res with 3. Resurrection, it's a fun little trick, but it doesn't go very well against me having up to 40 total HP. So yeah, this is the end of this round. This gives us a rank up to Chapter 1, The Abyss. Alright. Oh, don't we look like the cat who ate the canary? The more souls, the merrier. Okay, so a few achievements coming up over on this side of the board here. So this section is called Duels. This is made up of people who have played and then they've had their board builds saved into the game for you to attempt in order to put in there. And so then let's see. Progression. So we're going through standard mode, you know, as best as we possibly can. And, you know, out of the 3 characters that we can possibly play, Sun Wukong, Alice, Robin Hood, I've brought one to level 2. And then as far as progression goes, we have gone into this first chapter, and then we have to, gain enough essence in order to get all the way to the end of the entire total battle, and that's how we beat the main game. Achievements: no fun, win a round without using a shop ability. Win a single round. I'm sure that's everybody gets that for passing this tutorial. All right, let's see what we can do. See, which of our 3 champions do we want to use? I'm gonna play this next run as Sun Wukong a second time. You know, see how well we can build this up, and then you know how helpful that is going to be once we get into later runs. All right. So what's significant about this? How big is this? This is 4 tiles. You know, of course we want to eventually wield the dual staff of Sun Wukong. 'Tis a legendary feature. A corrupted gourd. When the first adjacent attack tile is destroyed, receive 1 coin. You know, we're going with, a different kind of armor. Well, clearly we're going with a completely different form of armament because we're in a completely different round. You have to figure out, you know, how well we're capable of surviving. Doing battle with 18th century cat girl, level 3. You know, now that we've already gone through the tutorial, I'm pretty sure the game isn't going to mind the slightest bit kicking my butt until my head falls off, so that I can be stronger at it. Case in point. Okay, these are actually 3 tiles wide. didn't think that they were 3 tiles wide. But this here, you have to make sure that the tiles remain linked. That is something that you have to keep watch, because having a tile over here and incapable of touching anything is probably not particularly useful to me right now. It's also interesting to see your character continue to progress, even if you lose a round. It's not a way that you're actually going to be able to win one of these story mode trials, but, you know, it's definitely something that is willing to give you a fighting start to all of this. Alright. So, yeah, we're already down 2 matches. See what we actually might be able to do in order to make some improvements here. Okay, hero tile upgrade. Out of thin hair, receive a copy card that can be used to create a level 1 copy of a tile that you own. Alright. I slash at you. Now my 2 swords slash at you. Okay, this is my first victory. Have to say it was rather close looking, a real nail biter there for a moment. You only live twice. Revive a first destroyed accessory with full health. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. Let's take that one. Okay, put these a little bit closer to Sun Wukong and then put the staff back on. And a few more gourds. Well, precisely 1 more gourd. I didn't quite count out those coins right, my bad. Hang on a second. This is a suggested one. Berserker's Ring has 2 health, applies stun to attacking attack tile. Okay. Put that there next to this sword. And yeah, okay. We'll go with this. Boom. I'm not quite as savvy as I believe I am. Yeah, there's a possibility in order for you to hit a rematch button and then automatically just go back into the battle section again. But I just do not consider myself to be good enough at this game to try to plow through enemies without re-strategizing. So let's see what we have here. Cinnabar Pills. When an adjacent tile is damaged, give adjacent attack tiles +3 health and deal 2 damage to itself. And it typically has 6 health. Let's give that one a try. Doesn't take up all that much room in my tile set. Let's see. Coin hook chain. Spillover. When adjacent to an armor, the armor gains taunt. Or do any of these things actually count as armor? I think I've gotten nothing but offensive weapons here. That's stonk again. Instead of that, let's do the recurring shiv, because we used that in the previous. Okay, weapon limit reached. Okay, what do we have here? It's a 3-tile weapon, 7 attack, 6 defense. No place to put it, though. Well, hang on. I can separate. Yeah, I can spend 3 coins on enough space in order to. Why is it suddenly vertical? It wasn't supposed to have been vertical. Keep saying that my weapon. I guess I'm only allowed to equip 2 weapons so far. Alright. Let's see if Stonk is going to actually help me increase my overall revenue. I'm already in trouble here. So my first attempt at a round, I've only barely gotten one victory. I have 1 life left. Let's put the last of our finances to award a potential win here. Okay, healing bombs in my second slot. Let's see. I have to make sure that whatever I put in here that actually might be a good. It might be a good defense, and I'll bring the twin swords back so that they can get upgrades from each other. Play with Lucky Clover on the off chance that I might be able to turn it into an additional shield. Let's hit that restock button once. Yeah, that doesn't help me, unfortunately, because I only have 3 coins left. Although, I wonder if it's going to tell me I've still got a weapon limit. If it does not, then I can equip this. Nope. Let me see if I can shuffle around a little bit more. Well, leave this. Uh-oh. Something has gone awry. I accidentally kicked my hero out of this entire configuration. Alright. There you go. Yeah, I'm not allowed to equip any more than I already have. Alright. Round 6. Absolutely nothing to lose. This is bound to be my swan song. We're coming close to the end of our first hour on stream, and pretty soon we're going to be taking our first commercial break. We will be back after this 2-minute word from Twitch. Thank you everyone for staying tuned in. Well, at the end of all that, I actually did win that last round. Okay, folks, watch me now as I strategize throughout the entirety of this break. Okay, still not allowed to equip new weapons. Okay, so Emperor Scroll, when adjacent attack tiles destroy a tile, give a hero tile +4 health and +3 power. Why haven't I been using something like this? Alright. Like so. And I guess we'll go ahead, we'll put that there. Does this ruin my dual weapon configuration? Yes, in fact it does. Let me put this one back. See, even if I were to, so in the event that, you know, I actually were to put 3 more tiles, I think I'm only allowed to use the 2 weapons that I'm holding. So, say this is on sale right now. But, you know, I need the 3 in order to buy it. That's what the issue is. There's a way that I can arrange this where I might still be able to fit this in. Just like that. Alright. Well, at least we have actually managed to significantly upgrade ourselves, but we only have 1 life left when it gets into the entirety of the battle, so this has become a desperation run. I don't mind telling you that. Of course, this is the first run I've also ever done, so of course it's going to be a lot more clumsy. Still have 1 minute to get past the commercial break here. So I hope everyone has been enjoying this. I have been making a few just small, probably insignificant changes to the stream at large. One is that I did make a redesign of the logo. My logo was previously red, and now it is blue. And so, that is basically the extent of the redesign. Alright, people, welcome back. We are out of our way. I think when I have to equip something like that to my menu panel, what I need to do is I need to click it at the beginning of every 2 rounds and spend 2 points. So that will be an effect in the game. That is important, and I forgot it. Unfortunately, I have not been able to build up my HP to the awesome levels necessary in order for me to defeat opponents that are going to be in round 3 and 12. Something I'm going to have to focus on, as this definitely is going to be an HP winning game. And that's it. That's the end of this round. No more run. Total rounds out of 7, I've won 2 battles. Say, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you staring at me like that? Why are you... funny thing about exits. Okay, what is a funny thing about exits? See, it's a good thing that you're not depending on this cat in order to be the one hosting this broadcast. This cat has all the personality of a wet fish. I'm going to try playing a different character. I'm going to try playing Alice. Alright. Twin Hungers give taunt to an adjacent accessory with the highest health. Drink me bottles when an adjacent attack tile is halved. Give it a shield and 2 health. Okay, so let's start here with the power ring. Sentinel's amulet. And then that leaves me with a healing drought. When it is damaged, give it +4 health. And, well, yeah, that's all my coins. Hopefully this is going to be enough for our very first battle. Unlike me, she came into this with a weapon. Okay, I managed to get past her shield with just a point more HP than they had. You know, no shame in trying to max out health, because every once in a while it actually does something useful. Although this time it might not be the case. Drat. Okay, so lesson learned from this run: if you've got an opportunity in order to equip a weapon, equip a weapon. That's what we learned just now. All right. Eat me cake. When adjacent attack tile is damaged, give it invincible and 3 power. Let's see if we can fit this cake in here. Kind of makes me wish I had, well, just 1 more coin. You know, maybe we can distribute the wealth between the shield and the ring of power a little bit more. And then let's go into battle. Alice rematch. Well, technically not a rematch because they've been given a new screen name. I mean, everyone else is being given a shield, which is something that irks me ever so slightly, because I haven't been granted the very large shield in my inventory just yet. Wow, that is 1 killer paintbrush. Alright, first victory. It only cost me my first life. Alright. We want to do first hero tile upgrade. When a consumable is triggered, then you gain 1 power. Okay. So now we have to think about doing things in terms of consumables. White rabbits, when a rabbit tile survives a battle, receive another one. When it survives a battle. You have to actually succeed in protecting these things. I actually need space of 4. Which I'm not going to have immediately, but... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Now I got to remember where I put everything. You know, make sure that weapons are adjacent to the Alice. The weapons are adjacent to the Alice. I don't know necessarily how I'm going to succeed in protecting the white rabbit this round, but... we're gonna give it a shot. And at any rate, if it goes away, then maybe it's considered a consumable, and that will help me get my special ability. Well, so much for that hope. We did, however, give a relatively sound defeatistness towards Sun Wukong. So, at least we got that going for us. We get to go on to the next round. So we're down 1 life, but we are up to the 2nd stage, so... things are going better. Okay, so choosing a trinket, unyielding assault, your first attacking tile. You have 5 power and revives with 1 health. So, yeah, definitely buy this. And then, whatever my first attacking tile is, that is going to get revived once. Alright. Let's pay for my white rabbit tile again, because obviously the stratagem is involved here. Okay. So I have 3 weapon slots with Alice. I think maybe this chain, I can get this chain as well. Alright. Going up against Sun Wukong again, and this time we are armed to the teeth. Wow, he's really taking all of the piss out of my munitions. And he's killed the white rabbit again. Not an awful lot I seem to be able to do about that. But every time they do, Alice makes a comeback, and the comeback is always strong enough in order to defeat the main enemy. So I'm willing to keep that on the board. I'm just saying. Alright. Get an additional free tile here. What do we have here? Enemy attack tiles will target tiles with taunt first. This is always something we needed in order to actually get people to attack our shield cards. Drag on the hero tile to get 1 additional echo, which means we get our previous lost life back. And then we'll open up 2 more spaces. Now we fight Sun Wukong for the 3rd consecutive time. Okay, keep staying in the game substantially longer, a result of having the eat me cake. And then once again, I have somehow succeeded in whamming the opponent's main tile slightly after losing the white rabbit. So, as sacrificial as it all sounds, it's actually been a rather sound strategy. So, new trinket. Core weapons gain +7 power. Yeah, I definitely want that. Matter Hatter's hat has taunt, deal 2 damage to all opponent tiles. Why not? I wanted to free the room for it. Unfortunately, that means I don't have enough tiles to buy it. I do, however, have enough in order to equip another weapon. And that takes up the entirety of my coins. Oh, this isn't a weapon. This is a Frenzied Bottle Spirit. When an adjacent tile attacks, give adjacent attack tiles 1 power and 1 health. Oh, and I also forgot to get a white rabbit, so I don't have it for this turn. I don't know how this is going to go, but caution fully to the wind, and it's a good thing that I won an extra life at one point. Okay, that did not go at all well. I got my spirited attack back, but unfortunately it wasn't worth a lot. Because I didn't use the consumable. Alright, time to go back and re-strategize this. I continue to say this phrase as though I'm supposed to know what it means. Explosive Pinata deals 2 damage to all opponent tiles and 1 damage to all of your tiles. Okay. Well, first things first. Yeah, let's get Alice upgraded. When consumables have triggered 5 times, Alice applies 1 sleep to 1 random tile on the board and 3 on your opponent's board. Alright. The ability to put people to sleep would definitely be something that is standard. Let me see. Pull this out here. So now that we have 2 of the parasol weapon, let's put the clover back in. Hang on a second. Is there a way for me to do this so I can still retain 2 slots? I think so, yeah. Just like that. Okay, round 7 against Robin Hood. This time we're not just fighting Song Wukong again. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that really hurt. Hey, not quite the round outcome that I was hoping for. Adrenaline Rush, Battlestar effects trigger an additional time. Slumber Party, every time sleep is applied, all attack tiles gain 3 powers. Okay, well, I have something that induces sleep. Maybe it will be here in order to help me. Duchess's tea servant give adjacent accessories taunt and +2 health. Maybe I can fit this one. Let's put you up here. Let's keep the eat me cake on Alice. Let's yeah, am I able to put it here? Yeah, there we go. Now we have the Duchess's tea set. Adjacent accessories gain taunt and +2. Well, which also may well mean that I need additional accessories. Not sure that Transient Bottled Spirit has quite been so helpful. I need 2 tiles and a vertical so I can equip this other gun. But I had to make it organically. See if there's any way at all I can actually create. Well, definitely if that's there. I still feel like Alice is a lot more useful when the White Rabbit is in play, but we're going to give this a shot. Have Alice armed to the teeth instead. Well, having a bunch of things that are adjacent and cause taunt is not necessarily a great strategy, because it means that my opponent just kind of has to render me completely and totally defenseless before he can actually start to come after me. Definitely playing the long game in a sense. Alright, that turned out pretty well. Well, we definitely did a much longer run than we did in our previous one with Sun Wukong. Definitely using our noodle here in order to come up with what is most necessary in order to keep in these conflicts. Okay, White Rabbit, yeah, has been used up, unfortunately. So we just really don't have the advantage of having the White Rabbit boost Alice's final attack power anymore. Okay, let's double up on Eat Me Cake. What is this? Wolfsbane Amulet. Okay, well, I don't have enough for it anyway. Pepper Soup. Give an adjacent attack tile +2 power per consumable on my board. Do I have a lot of consumables on my board? So something I should try is that, you know, I have enough just to get a bottle of Healing Drought. See if there's a way that I can open up a panel and be able to actually put that in my but probably not. Yeah, I just do not have the space for these things. Well, okay, buy the other Healing Drought and then store it for now. It will come into play next round. Alright. This is going to be a tough Alice, and unlike me, they're actually populating that sleep bar, which means some of my tiles are just going to be non-attacking in a moment. There you go. Turned everybody, including herself, asleep, which actually also healed their health. So yeah, this is not going to go well. There you go. We have 2 lives left. So I do want to open up 2 spaces because one of them is for the drought that we already purchased. And then we can get, well, we can get the second ink brush sword, but if we do, we have to get rid of another weapon. What does this do? Applies a poison to the hit target. I mean, that's just kind of like one small weapon attack that is going to potentially cause poison. I need to be working more towards what the actual Alice in Wonderland strategy is supposed to be. You know, I think I'm willing to part with the pistol so that I can wield the dual ink brushes. What else can we do here? Well, second lucky clover. Well, and that's it. That's all of the battle that we have. Yes, fly, my pretties, fly. I wonder if I'm putting the Duchess tea set in a place where it's useful, because after things have already been destroyed, can they still be used as taunt icons? That's the question that I need to be asking myself. Gosh, an incredible amount of math has to go into these auto-battling games. Okay. Victim of Sun Wukong's special ability. I don't know if I'm going to make it past round 5, but everybody knows that I gave it the old college try. Yes. Okay. We get an echo, so then we get another try on all of this. Dreamroot Ink. When an adjacent tile attacks, that attack applies sleep +2. Well, I definitely could use this, but I need to get some tiles out of the way. So this can be here touching several of my weapon tiles. Interesting that all this time I've been having double parasols and also double ink brushes. Yeah, still can't add new weapons. What about you? You're not a weapon. You're a Frenzied Bottle Spirit. Alright, last thing I can buy. So what do you do specifically? A mushroom, the left side of the mushroom, when an adjacent tile is damaged, deal 3 damage to it and give it 6 thorns. Give it an additional 3 thorns if the right side is adjacent to the left side. That one's pretty interesting, actually. Anything seems like it might be worth tossing. This is a healing item. I don't want to get rid of that right away. I'll put this right here. slide this a little bit upwards, and then we can put the left half of the mushroom here. Alright, let's see how helpful this is going to be. Another battle against some Wukong. Well, I am succeeding slightly into turning over some tiles and putting them into sleep mode. So at least I got that going for me, which is nice. Going through all of this just so that I can beat the 5th out of 10 rounds. Wow. Out of all of that... Ooh, wow, okay. I put Sun Wukong to sleep. He was still able to do his ult. So, I'm not too sure how useful my patented power is in a conflict such as this one. You know what? For the very first time, this is my last ditch effort. I'm going to hit the rematch button. I will live to regret this. Things have to come together in a very specific way in order for me to actually beat Sun Wukong in this battle. I'm staying alive. I don't know if I can point to that as a potential towards my victory. Playing the vastly more strategic character, knowing that I'm doing battle against a much more offense-based character. Yeah, rezzing is not going to save me this time. Well, drat. Okay, I'm not going to hit the rematch button one last time because I just probably have one last opportunity in order to fix this. I should probably take it. Well, I don't have any single tile space for anything. I know that. Okay, yeah, weapon limit reached. Sugared almonds give adjacent tiles +2 health per consumable on my board. That is a massive healing item in this situation. Not necessarily sure if this is what I would want to use here. You know. Let's do our level best to just try to fit everything we possibly can on the board before we go up against another opponent. So I have a good space for additional and Mirage Protector to boot. So let's see. I can't buy the weapon because I don't have enough weapon slots anymore. Hushberry Jam. When an adjacent tile is halved, give it sleep 2 and fully restore its health. Okay. Going once again back to the potential sleep strategy. Okay, we can't put that back, but we can put this back. Unleash the rabbits of hell. Well, you know, I certainly hope that's how that's going to work. Okay, I have given myself confusion. Alice didn't take too kindly to being confused, so we actually did advance around. How do you like that? Okay, well, you know, sometimes you have to think about the overarching strategy, and other times you really just have to arm yourself to the teeth. That is the little lesson that we learned here. Mirror, mirror, adjacent tiles gain 3 thorns. So what I can see is that, you know, a lot of people have a lot of customizable abilities. You are capable of creating an Alice that puts people to sleep, that fills the board with thorns, or fills the board with white rabbits, which actually increase her attack power, and stuff like that there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep things relatively on mark. When any adjacent to tile, so Alice Doll, when any adjacent to tile is destroyed, give a hero tile 4 health and 4 power. That's actually pretty powerful. Do I want to get rid of my dual healing droughts? Powerful. Oh, you know, it actually doesn't matter because I'm 1 coin short from buying it. What else do we have here? A freedom key unlocks a random adjacent lock board. I don't know if locked status is actually something that I'm dealing with here. A pearl cracket, once it's destroyed, deal 1 damage to 1 tile and +1 per additional pearl cracker per board. Okay, well, they'll need to try to populate that. You know what? Let me sell the single healing drought for 2, and then I'll get the Alice Doll. See, what do I sell you for? I sell you for 4. I don't know, just for the sake of trying out some new items. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm fighting broccoli. I'm fighting broccoli. Doing battle with broccoli. Oh. Really powerful food-based board that my archaic partner is using up against me. Well, he didn't take too kindly for me having new healing items because he destroyed them immediately. Okay, this is going quite badly. It's totally worth coming back to life just so I can take 3 damage away from a staff that has 28 health. Alright. Ooh, that face is getting more and more smug every single time I lose. The board is very persuasive. Oh, good lord. What have I gotten what kind of inescapable roguelike situation have I gotten myself into this time? Okay, well, I want to try one more as Alice, and then, probably to round out the last hour, I'll play two as Robin Hood. Mm-hmm. Well, I've got an opportunity in order to do an early dual wheel, and I know that these ink brushes really do pack a wallop, so I'm more than happy just to start out like this. Well, there goes my taunt almost immediately. But, unlike my opponent, I actually am trying to have a little bit of defense going. All right, well, it's always good to actually see to see you win your very first round. Lets you know that you're actually starting to understand how character is going to function. Power Monocle. When an adjacent tile spends its charges, give adjacent attack tiles 3 powers. Charge tiles trigger a special effect when they have reached their maximum charge capacity. Actually, this could stand to work really well with the ink brushes, because the ink brushes gain 1 charge every single time they do a thing. So let's see what else. Mad Coin Mouse. When it's destroyed, receive 2 coins. I guess that would actually help you to populate the total amount of coins that you have. And that just leaves me with 3 coins. I'll use that to open up 3 more spaces. And we'll go up against Jason Bogus, playing Sun Wukong. Little inert pieces like that would also be great if you were able to get one of those tiles that helps you to induce taunt. Okay, well, we lost it in round 2, which is still an indication that we're improving, because at least we're not losing in round 1. Let's give Alice her first standard upgrade. White Rabbit. I can get a second mouse. If I do, then I would get 4 new coins every single round. I'm not necessarily sure whether or not I do get the bonus coins, even if I lose. Well, instead, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give Alice a 3rd weapon. 1 White Rabbit. And I mean, I guess there's a way that if you were to keep these things in the tray and you were to attempt to win battles, then you can go back and you can put multiple White Rabbits out on the stage, which actually might be a better strategy than what I was deploying before. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to try to see if I can beat this next opponent. Okay, regrettably, that did not work out. Nevertheless, I persist. I'm going to try doing this power-up. Select a trinket first. Okay. Oh, they want me to do this first. That's what it is. Okay. Merge king, merging 2 items no longer cost coins. Stuff sacrifice whenever armor is destroyed, give +2 to your power. Jester's choice. Let's try merging. I don't think we've actually done that as a strategy just yet. Rabbit fan. When gaining a tile, gain 1 charge. Removes 1 taunt from the tile it hits. Why not? Get the cake. The cake was a solid healing item. Cut the cake. Give me a little bit of something extra sweet. Yeah. Cut the cake. Gimme that cake. This seemed like a good idea. The problem is that it's rather annoyingly, Robin Hood just has an item that is healing him at the beginning of every turn. I don't know how they calculated that as a win, but they did. So we're still moving on. Alright. Get a reward tile. Drag on a hero tile to receive 1 echo. Yeah, well, why not? Let's just get our life back. Alright, folks. Time for our second commercial break. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned in. This is Brainy the RPG Cat. Stick around. Awesome. I got my first piece of Alice armor here. It would cost 6 coins, and then I have 10. I would need 4 slots. I think, yeah, this would cost... It would cost me everything in order to equip this, but it might be worth it. Alright. We definitely need more in the way of defense. Okay, there was a semblance of something going on there. So, trinkets. First trinket that we get. Charged tiles start with +1 charge. Why not? Alright. So what are you? A bounty hunter suit? Do I want to go in here with twice the defense? Well, let's work on a little bit more on getting those free upgrades that I get from merging items. Ashberry jam. And yeah, that's just about all I'm going to be able to do here. Should have saved one more coin to get one more white rabbit, but oh well. Slipped my mind. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go into battle with round 6. You know, it's great to have this awesome fan weapon. And also, I think I've doubled the attack on this iron here. So, I didn't think too much about, you know, merging 2 of the same item. Definitely something that could have helped my strategy out significantly. Instead of just keeping myself to having multiple targets on the field and multiple opportunities to attack. Ah, that was bound to happen. How embarrassing. Okay, could definitely go with some more. Okay, well, right out of the gate, I can upgrade my Pinafore, so I'm gonna do that. Give my upgrade tile to Alice. Okay, they want me to choose an ultimate tile first. Yeah, so now we're going to get that increase in our sleep meter as we so enjoyed the very last time that we attempted it. Uh-oh. Level 2, level 2. See, I'm leaving a lot of tiles on the shelf and I'm not opening up new ones. Now we're battling another Alice. They were able to get the Alice doll. I wasn't able to do it in this round. This is going better than I thought. Not necessarily well, but better. Oh, why do you hit so hard? Okay, we get our 3rd trinket this turn. Gain 3 power every time sleep goes off. Why not? Bound to happen this time. Okay, we're bringing in the rabbits here as disposables. Oh, you can merge them too. Okay. Something that I neglected to consider before. Shiv. Oh, no. Well, weapon limit is reached, so if anything's a weapon. Let's open up for a slot so we can put Explosive Piñata in here. Let's get a much fuller board for this next fight. I'm still at my weapon limit. Well, that's it. 2 coins. Open up 2 more slots. Unfortunately, nothing else fits in it. Oh, wow. Somewhere in the midst of that, I got really, really offensive. Can't say that this has been my best round, though, because the last round that I played definitely had more victories in that. Okay, more rabbit. Okay, I don't think I'm allowed to merge rabbits anymore. I think I can only merge 2 tiles at a time. I think, yeah, that's probably what the outcome of this is. I don't really have a space for anything that's going to be 4 tiles wide. Look at this thing. The Gunblade. Can attack without ammo. Attacks using ammo deal 50 more damage. I also don't have enough in order to buy it. Unless I sell one of my combo white rabbits. Or you know what, I can just sell stuff here in my inventory because... yeah, nothing that's 4 tiles is gonna fit anymore. Weapon limit is reached. Okay, this is doing 8 damage. This is doing 5 damage. This would potentially also do 5 damage. This is doing 10 damage. Maybe it's not worth the additional. It's not worth sacrificing weapon for it. I think I can do a merge of the Rabbit's Fan. Now that one's gonna do 10 damage. What is this? Dreamer's Delight. When any tile falls asleep, give adjacent tiles 5 health. Okay. Wish there was a way I could put that next to Alice. Let's take that, put that there. Adjacent tiles. Adjacent tiles, definitely important. Can I still merge this one? Yes. No, I can't. Well, at any rate, I bought it. Can't have buyer's remorse. Well, probably willing to sell some tiles so that I can buy a second Eat Me cake. Well, yeah, merge them so that I can potentially make that stronger. Everhorn, other healing item. Upgrade the explosive donkey. This is definitely something I should be doing. Haunted harpoon, well, which is another weapon. I don't need new types of weapons at this point because I have severely upgraded the ones that I already have. Oh wow, look at them fly. I got some things that are causing thorn effects, and they're causing thorn effects all over Robin Hood right now. Wow, that wasn't even close. I definitely made the right decisions equipping last time. Alright. I'm actually getting bonus white rabbits simply because I have a white rabbit and it's surviving these current battles. I think I have 2 upgraded white rabbits. They're doing 10 damage apiece. What can I potentially add to the mayhem here? Bloodthirsty Bat does 5 damage when damaging a tile, gain 1 charge. When it's charged, gain 4 power. I have... Yeah. This is not worth sacrificing weapons because everything is at full power at this point. Although... No, actually that isn't going to work either. Never mind. I was going somewhere with this. There we go. Now I have 2 of these that do 8 damage apiece. Oh, can I merge these as well? No. I would probably need another one, and I would need to merge that. Okay, there's really no reason to move it over. This did open up like a space. You know, okay, I'm gonna sell some tiles. And then that gives me enough in order to buy the Reaper doll. Still put the Lucky Clover and the White Rabbit in here. So now I have a full board. Let's see if that helps me out against Robin Hood over here. That's what you get for hitting my exploding piñata. Wow, that was an incredible combo right there. I gotta admit, it was a pretty impressively built board, but not an effective one. Alright, so we finished up, and actually just on time because we do have our last hour to play our last playable character. Well, better than the last one. Well, I gotta agree with you there, Whiskers. Alright. Let us see what the son of King Richard is capable of bringing to this battle. Of course, he's gonna need his bow. And let's see. So nothing that uses charges just yet. So yeah, I guess these are just the 2 things I'm going to buy to start this one out. Again, Sir Riot, who's playing Sun Wukong. Wow, I am getting my butt kicked. Don't mind telling you that. Oh well, we're at the first steps of an epic journey. At least that's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. Maybe a little bit more firepower can go here. Okay. I have the ability to merge these, but I do not have the merging special ability. It requires me 1 coin in order to do so. If I could free up just, yeah, 1 tile, and then now I do have an ammo dispenser. Okay, that leaves me with 2 coins. I will pop open 2 spaces on top of Robin, and then we will go back to our round 1 battle, this time against Alice. How do all of these people get these big shields at the very top of their first turn? You know, that's the thing, is that I believe that this is actually populating based on what individuals are playing. And the fact that, you know, everybody in the first round has a great big shield is typically a sign that that great big shield is what's most effective in the very first round. Okay, let's upgrade. Steal from the rich. 1 random tile in the shop will be free. Okay. Well, I got a free exploding pinata out of that. What is this? Foam face. Every 4 turns, remove all debuffs from adjacent tiles. Why not? I'm going into battle with a reloadable bow, a reloadable musket, and a sponge. Ah. Well, with 3 coins, not much else left to do. Just open the board some more. My love for you is like a truck berserker. You know, the people who best survive the first 2 rounds are always the people who manage to get the great big shield right out of the gate. I would like to be one of those people. Sometimes. Okay, well, we have rightfully placed ourselves into our second battle. Stuff sacrifice whenever armor is destroyed. Give +2 power and +2 health to your attack tiles. Yeah, let's do that. Coin mark quiver. When an adjacent tile attacks, this attack applies coin mark 1. The attacker gains 1 coin for each coin mark stack, and coin mark is removed. So that means every time it goes off, it gives me 1 additional coin, but then it just doesn't do anything after that. So I can upgrade my attack sponge right now, but that doesn't really seem to be something that is going to be too helpful at this point. Hoodwink cutting. When any tile dodges an attack, give an adjacent attack tiles 10 power. Mirage projector. When adjacent to at least 3 tiles, gain taunt and +1. When to at least 3 tiles. Okay. Let's put you down there. Then we can actually equip the quiver as well. Okay. Okay, it looked like she was a gunner, but then she res for a lot. And then I hit her for all the health that she got back. Okay, well, let's get our life back. We're back up to 5 lives. Let's do the bow upgrade. That leaves us with 4. We'll do the quiver upgrade too. How do you like that? We've got our first version of the Greenwood Cloak. I get rid of the exploding piñata for a little bit. See, I don't think I can, yeah. If I sold this... Well, it doesn't make any difference because I would get 3 coins back. Well, okay. I was opening up that area for the exploding piñata, but now I just sold the exploding piñata, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'll take a key. Oh, he's got a lot more active weapons than I do now. So we're already at round 5. Well, okay, now we're at round 5, but we've had 3 victories. That's the way that math actually shakes out. Late bloomer, after 6 turns, give plus 20 of power to your attack tiles. Why not? We're making a really super offensive Robin Hood here. Chainmail. Enemy attack tiles. Well, for each connected armor tile, gain 3 health. I guess that is also connected to my Greenwood Cloak. Alright, okay, I think this is cheaper, and I think I can use it for an upgrade. No, I can't. Ooh, I wish I could take that back. Now let's give ourselves an extra quiver. I also, once again, keep forgetting to hit Rob from the Red so I can get discounts in the shop. Discounts in the shop would be useful. Okay, I don't know how that was a win. I think he had 28 HP, but then he almost immediately lost it within the same turn. Maybe he was playing Gambit that I didn't understand. Yay, free bat. Well, since it's free, I can spend the coins in order to actually put it into my inventory. Okay, Poison Banquet. When 6 coins have been donated, apply 3 poison to the opponent's hero tile. Okay, so obviously Robin Hood is the poisoning character, which is not what I expected. Wow, that's a very heavily armored Alice. And I'm getting pretty severely stomped by the sleep ability as well. It's amazing that I'm still staying alive in the midst of all of this, after having lost so many turns. Okay, well obviously they had a really good strat going, but still something I can off-play by being extremely offensive. And I'm a VTuber, I know a thing or two about being extremely offensive. Alright. Extra hand allows me to equip one more weapon, why not? It would be interesting to try. But yeah, give 1 coin, and then immediately put myself in a position to... Okay, now I can double bow. What could be useful there? Maybe I can, yeah, equip double bows. And, I don't know if I really want to keep my little slugger here, but it's probably what would be a little bit more useful if I could find a way in order to get my huddle shield into place here. Yeah, I'm getting rid of you for now. Then I think I can put the club back. Alright. Okay, not bad. This is our round 8 battle, but I think we've only won 4 times. I'm falling behind. And that is definitely going to make me fall behind. There go nearly all of my tiles. I don't have an attack tile except for my leader now. And he's really just going to get hit on the head. Well, this is far from over, Sun Wukong. Let's see what we can throw in here for a little bit more pepper. Definitely worth buying. Let's see, I have a ring of power. Every adjacent tactile gets 1 power. Put that here, and then I'll put it next to my ammo and quivers. Okay, give me something free. Okay, I wanted that armor shield to be free, so I got what I wanted. 1 more additional armor piece. Okay. I noticed that she has a food tile and a hammer tile that is rotated sideways. I haven't tried to rotate tiles. Maybe that's something that I should have been looking for. Of course, maybe it's also just a special ability that has to do with Alice, because there are scenes in Alice in Wonderland where she could very intentionally just put things sideways, so that might be one of her other advantages. I am so dead. Using that exhaustible food tile is a really great way in order for her to fill her sleep tile. Dead. Well, I don't know what else. Let's see. Yeah, merge. More powerful weapons. Upgrade 2 to 1. Put another bow in here. Use my free shop item. It gets me this slumber horn. Oh. I'll just take it and put it aside for now. You want honeycomb. Double up on healing droughts. I think I already have the strongest one of those. I don't think I can double up on greenwood cloaks. Alright, well, at this point I've got a full roster and everything upgraded. There's nothing left for me to do except potentially lose. See, even having a full board is not a guarantee of winning anything, because, you know, it's just a very high likelihood that he put together his board combos a little bit better than I did. Okay, this seems to be working. I've taken out most of his weapons at this point, and I still have 3 of them kicking. One of them still the basic bow. There you go. Not bad at all. Okay, well, I've actually managed to score myself an extra life, so I'm still in this playthrough. Okay, I think I have I think I'm at coin capacity. And I've used up all of my steel from the rich run. And double up on my health power. Gosh, am I still using a compass? I don't think so. Maybe power monocle would be better. Well, no, because these are all items that use ammo, not necessarily armor. The ones that use charges. A merry mutton chop. When a consumable, when an adjacent tile is damaged, give all adjacent tiles one charge. I'm not using any charge. Absolutely everything here on this board is ammo based. Let's see. Give an upgrade here. Okay, this needs to get a little bit closer to some of my other items and weapons. So yeah, just switch those place with 2 tiles. Let me see. 14 resonance rifle. I mean, it would be stronger than this bow, so put that there. Upgrade the shield generator. Oh, I'm 1 coin short. Okay, sell this ridiculous thing, and now I will upgrade my shield generator. What are you? Every 3 turns, gain a charge. When an adjacent title is... I'm not using charge. Nothing on the board uses charge, so on to this next one. I can certainly point to the Robin Hood build giving me an opportunity in order to equip a lot of weapons. That's probably the advantage of this one. Oh, I'm fading fast. It took me that much in order just to take out the opponent's armor. At this point, get the better bow upgrade. I don't think Mr. Foamface is helping me out with anything. Foul Croaker, apply poison to all opponent attack tiles. Just a very, very weak poison accessory. Okay, now that upgraded. I needed it too. Once again, no point in having charged weapons. Probably be slightly better to have ammo weapons. Could potentially do here. Well, just 1 space left on the entire board. I might as well put the poison frog on it. I can start turning this into a poison by taking away my shield generator. Well, actually, let me see something here. Toxic post. Actually, I need the shield generator to be right next to my armor. So put that there. Toxic posts. Every 3 turns, gain 1 charge. When it's charged, any adjacent tile is damaged. Apply poison. Put it next to the frog. Okay, I'm at my weapon limit. Put the key back up. This is the first time I've even seen a weighting iron. Alright, well, let's go with that. I have nothing to lose except for the entirety of the run. This seems to be a very highly enriched Sun Wukong, so yeah, not holding my breath when it comes to this. Dang, yo. My opponent is named WTC Arg, which is what the crap, and it's precisely the way that I feel right now. What the crap. I'm gonna hit rematch, because why not? Because this run has to come to an end at some point. I'm not beating this, as I'm up against the invincible Sun Wukong here. Cannot be beat. I'll just try to permit them to give me an additional opponent, because I'm not defeating that one. Well, once again, let's upgrade all over the place. I don't really have anything in the way of healing items. As Everhorn gives it 1 charge. I don't even think this does heal. I think it does. It just gives charges. What are you? Lion Amulet. When this adjacent tiles damage, give other damaged tiles 2 thorns. Death Boom Cannon. When it's destroyed, deal damage to all opponent weapons equal to 50% of its max health. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is a different kind of exploding piñata. Okay, I'll put Mr. Spongy back up there, because maybe he'll do something useful now. I'm running out of ideas here. That's a problem with an auto battler, is that if you've been playing a long time, eventually you become completely and totally smooth-brained. Okay, we're getting into our third ad. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned in so far. Okay, let's see what our final stats for this run was supposed to be. Still inside of the first chamber. Still relatively within level 1 of this character. Oh, now your face has really changed. Okay, so that's just random. That's what's going on here. Sometimes I'm talking to myself, but I don't listen. Yes, very insightful. Well, I'm just a little bit too tired, not too terribly interested in starting another run. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to wait out the commercial break, and then we'll find somebody to raid. So this was Turnbound. It was a lot of fun, quite honestly. I'm not usually one for auto battlers, but you know, this really does bring a lot in terms of it less being about battling as it is about maxing out your stats and coming up with a board that is capable of consistently defeating opponents. So, yeah, I really enjoy it, as I'm looking forward for them to come out with a final version of the game. There's also a founder's pack from this that I wasn't interested in buying right away, but now that I've actually played a little bit of this, I'm actually quite interested in that founder's pack, see what other bonus material actually might be in there. But yeah, is that I really enjoy this. You're probably going to see more of it on this channel. As more than likely, you know, I would like to see if I could set myself up in order to play a board-style strategy game once per week on this channel, and this would definitely be something that fits the bill. It can't always be Balatro all the time. It can't always be Clover Pit all the time. But yeah, definitely this is something that can fit into that type of rotation. So, yay, yippee. You guys did a fantastic job with Turnbound. Can't wait to see more of it. Really, really enjoying it. All right, folks. So, thank you everybody once again for tuning in. We're gonna take a moment. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Let's see who would we like to pay a visit to. Tabby Otter is on. They might be interesting. Also, Giant Tabby just recently debuted a new VTuber avatar, so that might be interesting to watch. But actually, you know, okay, I'm gonna go over to my good friend Zani Brije. Is an Alebrije VTuber. That's a Mexican fantasy creature VTuber, and right now they're in the middle of playing Fallout 76. So we're gonna go ahead. We're going to pay them a visit. All right, folks. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm more than likely going to be back here tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be here in the afternoon or the evening, but I am going to be doing an art stream. It would be nice to be here in the evening so I could be able to actually be on mic while I am doing the stream. So that would be pretty cool. All right, folks. Thank you everybody once again for tuning in. Remember, BRNY means smart. Nothing is too hard if you use your head. Always be the change you want to see in the world. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you very much for watching.